Turn it back on. You guys should be able to hear me because here we go. You guys should be able to hear me. Yeah, you guys can definitely hear me because I just heard myself. So yeah, there we go. I probably had to do, yeah, that always happens to me that I have to like disable the microphone and then turn it back on in order for it to come back. So yeah. Anyway, honestly, I didn't really have a plan to come on. I just felt like coming on and live streaming, and I had been thinking about it for a couple of weeks, or not a couple of weeks, a couple of days, and there were just like a couple of things that were like happening that I kind of wanted to talk about, but later on in the day today, I was just like, I don't know if I actually want to talk about those things. So yeah, it's just gonna probably be like an open discussion sort of situation. Sorry for cutting up on your timeline on Twitter. Oh, you were going like full on with with this Camilleizer or something. But I mean, nothing you said was a lie. There's no need to apologize. I literally could I came on Twitter like I think twice today, and I just happened to see your post. Hello. How many people's on here? Like 3, 2, 3? I think it's just like 3. I didn't expect a lot of people to be on because it's a weeknight, and I don't know. People, I don't know. Am I the only one who has to get up and be to work by like 5:30? Because I feel like I am. So that's the reason why this live stream isn't going to go longer than like to 10:30. Like I feel like it's not going to be longer than that. Because I literally can't stay up that late. I'm probably gonna get a call from my mom upstairs. Hey, what's going on? Okay, this is not cool. Just realized how crooked this is. Dumbass polo. Okay. I think it's worse now. Anyway, so was it today or was it the other day? Oh, yeah. There was somebody who asked me what I was doing. Was tonight's topic. Look, tonight's topic is whatever comes to our minds this time around. Again, I went through a couple of things in my head, and then I kind of scrapped all of that and kind of wanted to wait until I posted some more videos so we could talk a little bit more about what I posted. And I was supposed to post a whole bunch of stuff in the past, but again, I've been really busy, and then like the whole me being sick thing kind of threw me off last weekend, so it was a mess. Who asked me for the next live stream to do like less of a like celebrity gossip sort of situation and more of a kind of getting to know each other situation. I mean, I don't know. The one thing that they asked me is that what I was doing, or they wanted to know. I'm feeling a lot better, obviously. Like I'm here doing stuff, so I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you. So yeah, they wanted to know like what I was doing when I was sick. I'm like, really? I'm like, why would you want to know? I mean, I was in bed, but my cousin was here, and she was like just hanging with me. We were like on the couch, and we were literally watching like Netflix and like other videos, and she actually introduced me to some dramas from overseas. And like I already kind of watched Korean dramas, but not too much, not like so much in the past like year or so. It's been a while since I've watched a Korean drama, but she introduced me to what they call a a BL Thai drama, and it's a drama from Thailand that's focused on like LGBT stuff. So like you'll get like a gay relationship and stuff, and it was interesting. Like a couple of shows that we watched were pretty interesting, and it was interesting to see like them actually taking steps to having a lot of LGBT representation in media. It was definitely interesting to watch those shows and to see how many there were. There were a lot of BL dramas. That's what they call them. I guess because of the fact that Asia had like a lot of Asian countries have like really strict policies and stuff, like kind of against the LGBT community and stuff. So I feel like it's like it's kind of like their way of kind of going through like this loophole in order to be able to put what they want to out there. But again, it was interesting. If you want to check it out, there are a couple of on YouTube. One that's currently going on is called Together with Me, which is one of the best ones that I watched. Out of like the 4 that I watched, it was definitely like one of the best. Anyway, it's just like one of those asides. Oh, Harmonizer Corday is sick. Oh, well, you should be in bed, not watching me. You should be. Please do some reacting to more Christina Aguilera. I've never even reacted to Christina Aguilera. So I don't know if I actually want to though, because y'all might not like what I have to say. Let me stop. She does really well, except for the fact that like she does a lot of screaming. I'm not here for that. There's like a difference between screaming and singing, and sometimes she just does a little bit too much. So I kind of like steer clear away from her nowadays. If I can go to school sick, then I can watch her live. Oh, well, okay. Thank you. I think it's like the way that I'm sitting that's not allowing me to really have a. Let's see. Let's move it back. Okay, it's a little bit better. So yeah. So that's what I was that. Just because this person's loud doesn't mean they can actually sing. Darian, that was so shady. That was so shady. And it reminds me of your tweet earlier. It reminded me of your tweet, or the person who tweeted at you, or the person who tweeted the other person. I think they like quoted the tweet and then said that because they said Normani can like hit high notes or whatever, notes that Camila can't even imagine or whatever. And then one person said, is not hitting high notes or something isn't what like makes the artist or whatever. It's like the full package or whatever. And then you countered that really well. Yeah, so it's true. Just because somebody is all loud and stuff doesn't mean, oh, that's great. We can make this a Q&A session. That's great. Ask me some questions and I'll answer them. Who's your favorite strong vocalist in this era? Now, when you say strong vocalist, see, I don't really care too much for that term strong vocalist, because there are a lot of singers who don't necessarily fit the soulful aesthetic, but they are still considered to me to be strong vocalists. And strong doesn't always have to mean powerful. Strong can also mean, just, knowledgeable and technical. So you have a very like large amount of technical singers who I would consider to be very powerful singers. In the past, singers like Brandy and Maya were not powerful singers, but they were still considered to me to be strong vocalists just because they could do a lot with their voices. especially Brandy. She didn't really start like really going off and stuff until later on in her career. But in the beginning, with songs like "I Want to Be Down" and "Sitting Up in My Room," "Never Say Never," those songs were never really like heavy with the power behind her vocals. But she still was considered to be a strong vocalist because of the technicalities, because she was very technical, very strategic in where she placed her vocals in the songs, and she just had a great quality in her voice. Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson is definitely she's definitely a powerhouse. I think that she needs better music though. I feel like like to me, and my mother and I also think this, but some of her best vocals are in the movie that she did From Justin to Kelly. Both of us really liked her vocals in that movie, and we feel like her vocals were the best in that movie. And that was like one of the first things that she did after she won American Idol. So it's interesting that that you bring up Kelly Clarkson. She's somebody that I've always like kind of looked up to as an artist. But I don't know. I feel like since then, like her music, like I really just don't care too much for her music, right? Like and there's only like a few songs that I really like get with, especially like I don't know, like my favorite song of hers is Miss Independent, and you can't tell me that that song wasn't one of her best to date. Like I will disagree with you completely. Um, okay, so someone asked me, do I personally like Ariana Grande? Hey, do I personally like? I do. I do like Ariana Grande, um, to an extent. The only thing that I don't like about Ariana is that she does a lot of mumbling when she sings, and that's like one of my pet peeves because, growing up, and there's the reason why I speak the way that I do, and why my S's and T's are so enunciated because of my music teachers in the past who would always stress to us to enunciate, to like really pronounce your words, especially when singing in a group. It was very important that everybody rounded their words so you could understand what we were saying, what we were singing. Um, but if you put that aside, she has probably one of the best voices of our generation, as far as singers who are actually out there and doing something in the industry. She's definitely one of the best voices that we have right now. Very consistent. You can always count on her to really, wow you with her vocals. So it is what it is. So do I like Nicki Minaj? Nicki Minaj, I have like a love-hate relationship with Nicki Minaj. Majority of the time, I don't really care too much for her or her music. But there are some songs that I actually do like of hers. The more meaningful ones I do like, although there is one of her songs that's really ratchet that I like on the Pink Print called Trinity Them Girls. I like that song. I don't know why. Like every single time that song comes on, I gotta dance. Um, somebody's who somebody asked me. Somebody asked me about do y'all know I don't like Katy Perry. I mean, we don't even have to discuss it. I just don't. I've never really liked Katy Perry. Like it's a couple of her songs, I was kind of feeling a couple of her songs, but for the most part, I really just don't care too much for Katy Perry at all. And then, of course, like she stay appropriating culture, and I just can't take it anymore. And then she thinks that she's funny, and she's not. Like her hosting the VMAs was probably the worst thing. Was probably one of the worst things about the VMAs, even more so than the performances. Seeing her getting up on stage and tell like crappy jokes really made it worse than what it was. Love Demi, just don't like when she belts a lot. I agree. I agree. Demi, Demi does a lot of belting, and a lot of it comes from bad technique. Sometimes she belts and it's either like flat or something, or it just sounds like she's struggling to get there. Now, granted, she's a little bit better now, but I feel like she's like better when she's kind of more mellow. Someone said Lauren would go solo, and I said even if she went solo, y'all would still be more interested in her dating life. So true, and I feel like it's true every single time. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the link in the description for my and he just asked me to, Joel Angel, because I used his video. I honestly forgot to put the link in there because I copied the URL. I just forgot to paste it into my description, which I should really remember to do, especially for videos like this. Okay, so I'm gonna do that as soon as I'm done with this. Because I don't want to, because obviously I don't want to use content without like citing. Because most of the time it's like really popular stuff that I can easily just direct you guys to where it is, and everybody has watched it at that point. But when it comes to this, I definitely want to give props to the person who actually recorded the footage. Demi's voice sounds really childish to me sometimes. Okay, this is the reason why I made the connection. And when I did my Demi video for Sorry Not Sorry, I mentioned, I was like, remember when she was on the show, remember when I was on the show, when she was on the show, I'm sorry, when she was on the show as the bell rings, and she actually sang a couple of times on the show. Hearing Camila sing for the first time, I was reminded of like a 15-year-old Demi Lovato when she was singing on that show with her little guitar or whatever. And people had a lot to say about that. What? No, we didn't get to that yet. Actually, yes. While we're talking, I just want to do an aside. Thank you for reminding me. Definitely, everybody, pray for Mexico, and definitely pray for Puerto Rico, because, well, first of all, Puerto Rico is going. Oh gosh, they're going through it. They've gotten hit now by 2 hurricanes in less than like 2 weeks. So I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Actually, was it 2 weeks or is it like 3? No, I think it's about 2 weeks. Because the last one hit a couple of weeks ago, and then this one is hitting them. And then in Mexico, they had an earthquake, a very, very bad. It was like, I can't remember this scale. I can't remember like what number it was on the scale. And I know it was a high number though. But definitely send prayers out to them, because they definitely need it. Like, I saw some footage, and literally like buildings were crumbling down and falling down, and it's like really sad. We have all of these things going on right now, and it's sad that in the midst of all of this crap, all of these like calamities occurring right now, you still have idiots out here who just don't give a damn. Just watched one of Lovely T's videos, and she was reporting on something that went down in Florida with these stupid nurses, these stupid Navy nurses, who are out here, putting the middle finger up at some babies, at some newborns in the hospital, and playing around with them, having them dancing to "In the Club" by 50 Cent and stuff, and just completely disregarding the fact that these babies are not even like a week old, and they're regardless, you don't do stuff like that with people's babies, with people's children, one. And two, that's not the way that you conduct yourself at work. The fact that people are like still finding time to act like a fool during all of this crap, it is completely mind-boggling. And of course, you still have Mr. Cheeto and Chief out here trying to still build this wall, still talking about the wall, talking about they had like I think they had I think was it a UN summit? I believe so. And he said that, oh, everybody, was in agreement with what I was saying and stuff. And I'm just like, okay, all right, okay. One thing Lauren has recently said that I like is you can watch kids get killed, but you can't watch me kill someone. That is actually very Lauren. I'm telling you, Lauren is like she's great in music, but she definitely missed a calling in like politics, because I feel like she would be fire. Like she would be like on like on this level, like where nobody can touch her. I feel like she would be like a force. Like she's already a force now, but I feel like she would be even more of a force with that kind of a platform. Right. There, and even Judge Judy, my great aunt Judge Judy was saying, because they asked her about the whole, like a couple years ago, I feel like a couple years ago, they asked her about what she feels about, same-sex marriage and stuff. And she basically said, really, there are a lot more important things that we really need to be worried about, other than, two people who are in love, who want to spend the rest of their lives together and have it be recognized. I feel like it's so stupid to even pay attention to that when we have so many other more important things to worry about. Yeah, it's really sad. It's sad, but it's kind of how things are right now. Like it's still gonna take a lot of work. We may have more support now, but while there's still, while we have support now, there's still a lot of hate still left. And I feel like as long as there's just a little flicker of hate, it'll always be enough to, spark a flame. And with a little spark of hate, you get like an entire wildfire of just hatred and bigotry, and it's just sad. I heard Judge Judy said men should get paid more than women. I don't know if that's true. I wouldn't imagine that that's true. And it's simply because Judge Judy is literally like the one who's making the money in the family. I really don't see Judge Judy saying something like that. She's always, to me, been like very behind women, and you even see it on her show, like when there's like a woman suing a man, more often than not, she will kind of side with the woman a little bit more, especially if she has like a good argument against why or what she did, or what have you. But it doesn't seem like she would be the person to say something like that. I don't know. I could be wrong. You never know. Like some people say one thing and then, they may be behind one situation but not behind another, or maybe they're just like playing like neutral, like a lot of people do, and I hate that. Like even what's his name? Oh God, it's a shame that I forgot his name. But I watched this video today. Like Adrian Expression, he like said, the neutral people is the ones you got to watch out for. At least like when you're on one side or the other, who your enemy is and who your friends are. The like neutral person can always gravitate more towards one side if they want to, and they play the fence. So it's like, Did you see Little Mix's new video? No. Yeah, no, I didn't see it. I'm probably gonna do a reaction to it, but you know, I really haven't really had the time to do too much lately. I did I did my first BTS reaction, so that's gonna be coming soon. It's the first time that I've done BTS on this channel, and I know there's like a lot of ARMY. Hmm. I don't see the interest in BTS. I mean, a lot of people don't. The thing is about BTS is that they rose to fame very like BTS is a K-pop group. Now, if you watch the Billboard Music Awards, they did win. I think for like I think best social media presence or something or whatever. I can't remember the actual award, but they were in the same category with like some big names. So the fact that they won was actually very, very big for K-pop and K-pop fans and everything. You know, people were going crazy over the fact that they won. And they've actually been making lots of headlines in the past few years. I can't remember exactly when they came out, but I know that they're still fairly new to the industry. Like they're not like one of the OGs like SHINee. And I don't even think they came out when EXO did. I think that they came out after EXO. So they're still fairly new. A couple of years, I know that. And they really have been working hard. I'm gonna tell you why their video. Yes, actually, we're gonna talk about that for a little while because I just want to. Because even in my video for the video that I reacted to for BTS, I mentioned that the ARMY is one of the most dedicated fandoms in all of music. I'm telling you right now. They're the reason why BTS is so big. Granted, you know, I wouldn't put their vocals on a pedestal. You know, the rapping is okay. You know, Rap Monster and I think J-Hope are the rappers. I can't remember who the actual rappers are, but I know I saw like 2 or 3 rappers. It's very rap heavy. You know, the vocals kind of take a back seat. But they do have some great vocal moments. I will say the vocalists of the group are good, but you know they're nothing to write home about, in my opinion. If you compare them to other boy bands in K-pop, like they could never hold a candle to SHINee. I mean, there's just every single one of the members of SHINee can actually sing now, especially before it was just like 2 or 3 of them who could actually sing, but now all of them. Is one of them gay? I don't really know them like that. I don't know, and honestly, nobody really knows. The one thing about K-pop is that the culture is different over there. The culture is very different. You can have two guys like completely act like flirty and stuff with each other without really sparking like those kinds of rumors. Like you can't do that over here. I mean, you can have them and if you look at the fashion and stuff, K-pop stars can actually sing though. I beg to differ. Have you heard Kim Taeyeon, the lead singer of Girls' Generation? I incline you to listen to her album and watch some of her live performances. She is probably one of the greatest voices in Korea. One of the greatest voices in Korea. Her, Lee, they are probably the 2 of the best. And then you have a lot of great vocalists in K-pop. All of SHINee. Like if you look at Onyu and Jonghyun especially, they can sing their behinds off. They be doing some stuff that I can't do. And listen, there are a lot of good vocalists because they actually train, and that's the thing that we're missing over here is that a lot of us really just don't like they're either lazy or they just think that they're the best just because they got a record deal and they don't feel like they have to really train their voices. Um, Problem that they run into like there are a couple of K-pop vocalists like that are lead. I feel like she lip syncs. Who? Taeyeon? Oh no no. You must not watch her live performances. No. You must not watch her live performances. That girl does not lip sync. I've been following their careers since 2009, and I'm gonna tell you right now, that girl's got a voice. I was arguing with this person that said she was. Okay, we're talking about like multiple things at one time. But yeah, the thing is, when you go into these companies over there, they really go like heavy with the training. It can take upwards of a few years before you actually get put into a group or get put out there and start doing some music. But when you have singers like Taeyeon and Ailee and stuff, they had been singing and winning vocal competitions before they even got picked up and got signed. So those guys I definitely hold high on a pedestal, like not really a pedestal, but I hold them very high in my expectations and everything. And when I see them get on stage, I expect vocals from them. People are going to continue to slut shame Fifth Harmony. People are going to continue to slut shame Fifth Harmony. It's gonna continue to happen because, I mean, it's either they're jealous of their success, or they just they I don't know what they think. They act like they, are like saints when they're not. I think I missed a couple of questions. But yeah, all in all, there are a lot of great like Korean singers. So many. I can list them off, but it would take a minute. Some obviously better than others, just like over here. But to say that they can't sing, I really would beg to differ. Image is like the biggest thing in Asian performances. Don't say Asian performances because I mean that's not all the way true. Because if you say Asian performance, you're like assuming all Asian countries. No, we're talking specifically K-pop. And Japanese pop, the same thing, kind of. They do go heavy with the visuals, but the thing is, they like to do an attack on all fronts. Granted, sometimes their live performances on the broadcasting networks, they are sometimes heavily modified and their voices have effect on them, or sometimes they do lip sync. But when you actually hear them sing live, like their true voices actually sound good. So that's all I really have to say. Yes, they pay a lot of attention to the visual because the visuals are very important over there. They just, they like to play around with art, something that I feel like more American artists should get into. There's not too many American artists that really, that really put out visually stunning videos like that, the Korean video, they're like really heavy with the color and all of the symbolism and stuff, and I actually like them for that. But anyway, that's all. What are you talking about? But I do agree that image is a very like big thing there over there in South Korea, but it's also a big thing here when you think about it. Um, I mean, there are a lot of like celebrities that just don't care about their images, but there are a lot of celebrities who do, and they always, they always have to look a certain way when they go out in public, and they always have to kind of present themselves in a way that they feel like people would like or whatever. So everybody, pretty much most artists are concerned with visuals. And I do agree that 5H needs better visuals. Like if you watch their performances, a lot of them are bland because it's just them for dancing and singing, and sometimes they have stuff going on in the back, but it's never usually like all that great. Normani does have good ad libs, and he liked that. But like because her tone is so like smooth, it doesn't take like it doesn't have like the same effect on most people, because people are so used to hearing like belting all the time that they don't really pay attention to the little things. That's why I like a lot of the videos that people post where they kind of mess with the mix a little bit on the songs, and you can hear vocals on the song and parts in the songs that you didn't, that you probably didn't hear before. So I like that. Or a video with a strong concept story. Yeah, I feel like they missed that. They almost hit it with Angel, and I feel like a lot of people didn't really get it. Yeah, a lot of people didn't really kind of get with Angel and what it was, what the video was like really doing, or what they were trying to do. And I feel like it's because they could have capitalized a little bit more on this whole dream sequence thing. Yeah, go into the dream sequence, but it was literally just them looking like, extra sexy and almost like, devilish. But they could have gone a little bit more in depth. Like they could have been interacting with the guy in his dream or whatever. They could have been doing stuff to him or whatever, or there could have been like some kind of scenario in the dream sequence, but there was no real scenario. It was just like lots of flashing back and forth. So they were on to something. They were onto something, but they didn't really hit the mark that I feel like they could have hit if they really took the time to think about, kind of what the song was about more. I feel like they got the gist, but they needed to really dive into a little bit more, because the song is great. Any girls here? I feel like half of you are probably women. I feel like most of you are probably women. I feel, yeah. True, Marcus. I personally feel that this era is going in the right direction, but Rush, the Angel video, was a missed opportunity for a solid concept. That is so true. I feel like Angel really could have been the leading single on this album rather than Down or He Like That. Granted, those two songs are more like kind of poppy and more like bubbly, but if you want to go with this darker concept, don't just have it on this one song and maybe one other song. Capitalize on it and make it the new image. They only have this image for this one song, I think, and it just, I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. I don't know. I feel like Angel is probably one of the better songs on the album, and it's not just my opinion. A lot of people feel like that, but also a lot of people feel like um, Angel is, if that was made the single, we probably would have liked it a little bit more. Like um, we probably would have liked it being a single like that, like being the leading single. But I feel like it probably wouldn't have been the best idea at the same time because of the way the rest of the album is. I noticed it though. I noticed Lauren. Lauren has been a little bit lazy in these dances. The past couple of performances that I watched, and even in the Angel performance, I noticed that she was a little behind everybody else. And that's saying a lot considering like Ali was like a little bit more on point than Lauren was in that performance. Um, and like I said in the video, like it was funny how like when Normani and Dinah were together, you would always see like the difference because when the two of them moved, like they were like in sync. And but then Ali and Lauren. But the thing is, like when Ali messes up, you can kind of give it a little bit of a pass because, like Martina is saying right now, her energy is lit. Her energy is great on stage. Like she has great energy. She gives it 100%. But then when Lauren is like obviously like more mellow and she doesn't really give you a whole lot of high energy, but that makes it a lot more noticeable when when she messes up choreo or when she's like a little late or whatever. Ali is I feel like she's loosening up a little bit. She used to be very, very stiff. Um, but she's done loosening up a little bit. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna end this live stream at 10:30, and I'm being serious. Like I'm not staying on any longer than that. You guys will get another live stream probably on Saturday, just because I don't have to work this weekend. Although I might be going somewhere with a friend. Oh yeah, Ali was dropping it low. Oh, oh my gosh, my sinuses are like bothering me. Um, so yeah, but now we're talking. What the hell? Okay, so I wish I had more like people who are like into more things but I mean it is what it is. Obviously not everybody's going to be into the same things as you, but I haven't been able to actually talk about like a lot of my other interests on here just because like nobody cares. I just realized that the Me and My Girls music video makes no sense. How did you just realize that? Like, the song doesn't even really make sense. Like, where, first of all, what the hell? Like, they go from singing, you know, it was just me and my girls, and then that whole bridge part, break it down, that made no sense. Like, break it down, I'll break it down, I'll break it down. I'm like, I mean, the harmony sounded great, but I'm just like, what? This part is so random in the song. No, I'd rather not, because I would bore you guys talking about my experiences with BL dramas from Thailand and um, how you, I don't know. I actually convinced one person to watch them because it was like really. Oh, don't be shady. They said, "Are you sure they're gonna last that long?" Because they're talking about taking a 2-year hiatus. Please. Well, you know what? If they put out an album with more songs than this, they probably would have been able to take a longer break. I'm sick of these albums with only like 9 or 10 songs. Like, whatever happened to the album that had 15 songs? Like, you could like survive on that for a couple years. That's the reason why a lot of artists didn't, you know, worry too much about making new albums every year, because an album was like 15 to 20 songs half the time, and every single song was like 3 to 4 minutes, not 2 minutes and a half. Like, they know people's attention spans are too short. I have to like, my nose is like so like, it's like burning. Um, oh my God. Every single time. It is 10 at night. What are you doing up? Um, really? Okay, now I think they can survive a break. I don't know. Whenever, well, I mean, Kyle did it, and they didn't even like, it wasn't I don't know. I don't know how it would be, because they're already like on like thin ice right now. So I feel like if they take a long break, people are gonna forget about them. And I mean, people who are not harmonizers, who are like really like aren't all that invested into the group like we are. I feel like it. They're probably gonna be dropped by the label soon. I don't even know who. I'm curious. What are your other interests? um, there's like really too many to list off. There's a lot, but there are like certain TV shows that I watch. I like video games, some comic books I read, and I'm like kind of a nerd at heart. And I'm like subscribed to a biotechnology magazine that I get every month. um, all of like the latest in biotech and medical advancements, research and development. Because I majored in molecular biology. in college. So that's what it is. And now I actually have a very, very, very like deep interest in Thai dramas. I don't know where it came from. Thanks to my cousin. Thanks to my cousin when I was sick. You know who else went on a break and didn't come back? One Direction. Just saying. I have not yet listened to Sabrina Carpenter because I don't know. I just haven't listened to her yet, and I don't know if I'm going to anytime soon. But I will see about Overwatch. You know, it's funny. I've been wanting to play Overwatch for so long, but I actually have never played it. I've never played Overwatch, but it looks so cool. I really want to play it. I never listened to One Direction either. I covered their song back when I was in high school, and only because I was in the Glee Club and they really wanted to do What Makes You Beautiful. And so I put a little cute little choreography to it, and which is something that One Direction never did, was choreography. Even though they needed to learn some stage direction because not one of them knows how to dance. The only boy band that I ever liked was B5, and where did they go? Oh wait, no, I like B2. I like B2K too. They were pretty cool. Um, I am a very heavy RPG gamer, so I love games like Final Fantasy and oh, what? So yeah, very heavy with the RPG. So like a whole bunch of MMO RPGs, and then of course Final Fantasy, which is well, one of the most prominent RPGs, especially JRPGs. You remember B5? They recently, well, I don't think it was recent, but it was like a couple of years ago. They had come out with some new music. They look older now. Like obviously they're older, but I remember like the youngest brother was like really little, and now he's like grown. Like girls are like going crazy. I love Final Fantasy. Although I'm not crazy. Well, I wasn't crazy for the story of 15. Like it could have been a little bit better in my opinion. Like the battle system. It was about time that they started doing more like it. I don't find anything attractive. Only 5H. Well, clearly your name on here is everything Fifth Harmony. So clearly there's nothing else that you find attractive. Alex Alex Ernst. Oh, okay. Okay. I stand corrected. But yeah, no, I didn't really like too much of like 15 other than like the battle system, kind of like how it was open world. It was pretty cool. And and the story. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, that's okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay, to the one talking about I want Monty to choke me with her thighs. Okay, moving on. So yeah, I think in the next live stream, I will talk a little bit more about my other interests, which include. Okay, so I think somebody just pulled in my driveway. What the hell is going on? Because I definitely see headlights. Okay, y'all. But are you kidding me right now? Wasn't a fan of turn-based combat. I liked it to an extent, but I like it more when it was like ATB. Yeah. Couch trust. What? I don't even know what to do. Probably my let me see, my favorite. A lot of people like 7, obviously, but that's not even my favorite one. My favorite Final Fantasy game is actually probably 10. Probably 10. Like 10 to me, I like the storytelling. Well, no, maybe 9. 9 was definitely one of my favorites. And I also like 12, and I like 12 like now, especially with the Zodiac job system. It's everything. But I think in the next live stream, I may talk a little bit more about like some of my favorite like video games and like superheroes and comic books. I want to be like more nerdy. Like I like being, I like that side of me too. It'll be fun to just nerd out on here one day, because we always talk about 5H. I like Shane Dawson. I don't think so. Riku, Max, and Pain. I don't know a Max. And you spelled Riku and Pain wrong. I'm kidding. You do. But Final Fantasy X and 10-2, Yuna, Riku, and Pain were in 10-2. Yuna and Riku were in the first 10 with Tidus, or in Lulu and Waka. It was the one with the summoner who goes on a pilgrimage to defeat Sin and stuff. Like, I mean, it was. I think it was because like it was one of the first. Well, it was the first Final Fantasy game that I played by myself all the way through. So it's like, you know, it holds a special place in my heart. But like one of my favorite ones to play like all together is probably 9, just because I like the characters. 8 was a little confusing to me, the junctioning system and stuff. It was kind of confusing, but I don't want to really talk about that much here. I'll talk about it on the next live stream, definitely. I'll probably start it with that. Stop. And for you, like Shane Dawson, you like Shane, that's fine. But I don't care too much for Shane. Like I don't even watch his videos anymore. Like I used to watch them a little bit, but then I got over it and I was like, oh, okay, I'm moving on. To me, I don't know. There's just something off about him, in my opinion. And I just, I don't know. Do you like Rihanna? See my video. Well, see one of my first videos that I did for the Life Without Camila. I think I mentioned her in that video about anybody can sound good in the studio. Or no, that was in Zara Larson. It was in a Zara Larson video. But I like I like a lot of Rihanna's songs. I'm just not crazy about her voice, but she's definitely gotten better over the years. She's definitely a lot better than she used to be vocally. She actually has some good vocal moments. I know it was shady. That song is all over the place though. Love on the Brain. I mean, it's a good song, but it's also like kind of uh, careful. We got 1 minute left, guys. 1 minute left. Anything that you want to say? She's not a singer. She's a recording artist, and she's amazing at it. You thought what I said was shady. That's even worse. Oh gosh, that's too much. That's hilarious. But yeah. So anyway, yeah, I gotta go to bed because I gotta get up at like 4, so I can get my ass to work. Oh, these early morning shifts are killing me. But it is what it is. I gotta make this money. Follow me on Twitter. I thought I follow you on. Oh, I guess that maybe I don't. Yeah, like I said, I'm not crazy with Twitter. Like I followed a few of like my subscribers when they followed me, but I gotta catch it. You know, if I don't catch it, then it's not gonna work. But anyway, yeah. So I gotta go. I gotta go because I need to get some sleep. Um, Tomorrow's shift is going to be physically demanding. I got to make sure that I'm on top of this because people are depending on me. Anyway, follow me too at Kayla Michelle. That's too early. Well, the thing is, I'm a morning person. So I do my best work early in the morning. But lately, my sleeping has been so crappy that I really just don't have a lot of energy during the day. So I have to make sure that I really get a lot of sleep. But yeah, it was definitely nice getting on here to just kind of have a conversation. Didn't have much of a topic. It's literally like whatever came to mind we started talking about. But the next one, definitely expect a little bit something that's unrelated to music, because I feel like all of my videos are about music, and that is like my number one love. But I also have other interests too that I kind of want to talk about and talk about with you guys, because I know you guys probably have multiple interests too. We're not one-dimensional people, okay? So we definitely have various colors to us, to our personalities, and what makes us who we are. So let's explore that. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great night. You know, definitely get some sleep, guys. Yeah, that's all. Okay. And yeah, definitely, guys, send your prayers and whatever. You, what the hell? Why is this not? Okay, that's so weird. I don't know what just happened. The window like closed down. I thought it like X'd out. Um, so yeah, definitely send your prayers, your thoughts to you know, people who are in Mexico and in Puerto Rico. Definitely send your love down there. Oh, did y'all see Obama's tweet? I'm sorry, but we need him back. We need him back. Like, it's so bad. It is so bad. He tweeted out about you know, about Mexico, and he even you know, he even translated some stuff in Spanish. Like, he even had some Spanish in there. Like, come on. Like, who, what president do you know who actually thinks to do stuff like that? Like, was, he was everything. And the fact that, like, we now have this damn, like, Cheeto in the damn office, it's just, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But like that tweet, honestly, earlier, I was just like, oh my gosh, like he's great. He's so great. Uh, but anyway, we'll end that right here. Again, send your prayers down to them, and you know, once they open up the area for donations, you know, obviously give if you want to, and make sure you know it's from the heart, not just so you can say that you did it. And yeah, that's it. Oh, make sure that you give to an actual like legitimate fund, like give to a legitimate charity. Like don't just, you know, make sure you do your research before you just send money somewhere, because we have lots and lots and lots of scammers out here. Joanne Tees. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great night. Take care, you guys. Ciao.